Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Dan. I'm the MTG Engineer, and welcome to the first MTG Arena State of the Game report for December 2020. So, Wizards of the Coast just released the State of the Game for MTG Arena yesterday, December 7th. So, I thought I'd get on here, make a quick video giving you a relatively detailed overview of the report and give you my thoughts on it. So let's just dive right into it. So the first thing that they really talk about is token control. The TLDR is they put a limit on the number of tokens that you can generate in the game. So they set that limit at 250, and I get it, I understand, but personally I don't like it. If the rules of the game are set that so I could make 2,000, then I should be able to make 2,000. There should not be an arbitrarily set number. There should not be an arbitrarily set limit for the number that I can create. Now, it's not really arbitrary, right? They do detail it on here, right? So they say right here, each player will be allowed a maximum of 250 tokens on the battlefield at the same time. The next point, actually, it's the next paragraph here. They say, we decided on a 250 per player limit based on match data, as most games will come to a normal and expected match complete before the maximum number is reached. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. But what if I want to make 2,000 just because I can? Like, I should be able to, because the game is set up in a way that is going to allow me to do that. So that part I don't like. I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. We want to make the client run nice and smooth. I understand. Now, they also say in here, which I don't like too, but again, I get it. It makes sense. If an effect would create a token past this limit, it instead does not. Mana will be spent, cards will be tapped, permanents will remain sacrificed, etc. However, no additional tokens will be created if you are already at the maximum number allowed. So, yeah, you can't have more than 250 tokens on the battlefield. I don't like it. But again, I want to preface that with saying I get it, I understand it, it makes sense. The reasoning makes sense to me from an applicability standpoint. However, I don't like it. Now, one thing that I was thinking about is all of this is basically the technological reasons, right? This is all technologically based, because when you start making so many tokens, it really destroys the servers. Now, they had this problem with, I can't remember the name of the card, but there was a card in Ixalan block where if the card took damage, it would create a token of itself. You could get into infinite loops, and that totally crashed the server as well. So, like, I get it. It makes sense. Like, for something like that, it's like, well, there has to be a stop, or else, again, according to the game, it's going to go on infinitely. It's just going to go on. So it makes sense. Again, from an applicability standpoint, it makes total sense. It's just, I just don't like it. So again, technologically, to me, I'm like, there's got to be an answer. There's got to be an answer to where we can smooth this all out. But again, if you really think about it, excuse me, on a macro level, the game has to resolve. You got 1,000 triggers. It has to resolve every single one of those triggers and put the token onto the battlefield. And there's a lot of computing that goes into it. So I get it. I understand it. To me, I'm like, there's got to be a shortcut. They're really, like in Paper Magic, was having a discussion with somebody about this today. In Paper Magic, it's like, okay, well, here, I cast Skewed Swarm, Fable Passage. Okay, here I have X many, excuse me, of this. I'm going to create twice that many. We crack the Fable Passage. Now I get this many. Okay, now I swing in with all of these. You can do many shortcuts in Paper Magic. Arena, you can't. There's really not a way. So that's where I wish somebody would just go in and really figure that out, if that's possible. I mean, we've come so far. We've come so far technologically, but it's clear there's still ways to go in computing. So yeah, I'm just like, I wish somebody would figure that out. So anyway, moving on, they're doing the Arena Open again this weekend. It is December 12th and the 13th. Again, they're doing day one. They are doing best of 1 and best of 3. To enter, it's 20,000 gold or 4,000 gems for both events, best of 1 and best of 3. Now, if you don't qualify for day 2, and in order to qualify, best of 1, you need 7 wins. Best of 3, you need 4 wins. You lose in best of 1 by having 3 losses, and then you're out in best of 3 by having 1 loss. Now, if you go out in day 2, you can re-enter. But those are the stipulations in order to get into day 2. Now, what do you get if you enter? What you get if you enter is you get a call time promotional sleeve, and that is right here. Pretty sweet if you ask me. I think it's cool. I'm really looking forward to call time. And stay tuned for the channel as well. We're going to be doing, definitely going to be doing some spoilers and some other different types of videos when call times start to getting spoiled. So going to be doing a bunch of different content for the set release. Excuse me, man, my throat is just woo. That didn't help. All right, now what do you get if you win? So day 2, the top prize is $2,000. So again, they've done this event before. It says, I think this is, and this is the 3rd Arena Open they've done, but it seems like they're making this a regular thing. So I like it. But again, day 2, if you get 7 wins, you get $2,000. 6 wins, you get $1,000. 5 wins, you get 20,000 gems. And for all 3 of those wins, 5, 6, and 7, you qualify for the call time qualifier weekend. You are eligible for that tournament as well. All right, so that is the Arena Open. And then a couple other things. They're doing a Cube Draft event is coming. If you're not familiar with Cube Draft, essentially it is a draft in which the draft follows the same card pool, right? So like with most drafts, you'll grab a box, you'll crack open the box, pass out packs, you'll crack the packs, then you'll draft your deck from that. With Cube, it's the cards stay the exact same. So when you if you partake in the event twice, the card pool is going to stay the exact same. All right, so I don't think they've released what the card pool is yet, but that will be available starting 12th through the 20th. That's Arena Cube. And I think, and it says here, in this event, you open and pass around packs like a typical draft. Only the card pool isn't bound to a single Magic set, but are drawn from the best of all cards available in Arena. Yeah, so they don't say. But once the event goes live, you can look to see what the card pool is. Tinker's Cube is another different cube format, and that's going to be available mid to late January. A couple of shakeup events for standard and historic, and I think with shakeup, the shakeup events is they just ban certain cards. So if I had to guess, like for historic, maybe they ban Muxus for the event, and then standard, maybe they ban Embercleave. If I had to guess, those would be the cards that I would guess. And typically they ban more cards. They don't just ban like 1 or 2, or maybe they do, because it's different. It's different every time. So we'll see what comes with that. And then Historic Brawl is coming back as another event. And my understanding is next year Historic Brawl will be a permanent feature, not just a temporary one. Like it's only right now they only do it for certain events, and it goes for like a couple of weeks and then it closes. So if you play Brawl, if you play if you play a lot of Historic Brawl when they do the events, most people prefer Historic Brawl to regular Brawl, and definitely count me as one of those. So that should be coming back as a permanent feature next year. I don't know when. And then they are doing Guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance drafts. And then lastly, it looks like the Eurolands are going to be leaving the store pretty soon. So if you want to grab those, check out the store, pick them up. I think they're like 2,000 gems for a set. So take a look at that if you want to pick those up. So yeah, that's all we got for the December state of the game. And then actually the last thing I just want to mention was the meta. How do you think the meta is? Where do you think the meta is right now? Do you think it's in a healthy place? Do you think it's in a good place? Personally, I really like where the meta is at for standard. Historic, I like historic too. However, with historic best of one, it seems like it's a lot of elves, goblins, and life gain, mono white life gain. Those are the three big decks that I run across in historic best of one. However, there's still a ton of other different decks that people are running though as well. So like I said, I like where the meta's at. I mean, if you would have asked me this question like in Eldraine, I mean, I think you know what the answer to that would have been. You know, it would have been the same answer that everybody would have given. So we've come a long way in just a short amount of time, like from the metagame perspective. So anyway, what do you think? What are your thoughts? I'd be interested to know what they are as far as where the metagame is. And then what do you think the state of the game is? What are your thoughts and opinions? Let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more Magic the Gathering Arena content. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing one of these videos each and every time a state of the game is released to give you my thoughts and opinions. And yeah, that's all I got for now. And I will see you in the next video. All right, see you, everybody.